We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Welcome back to another episode of Front Row Cinema, a movie podcast for movie lovers by movie lovers. I am your host, TJ Trimboli, and with me, as always, my co-host. I got world-class hit and runner, Mr. James O'Reilly, in the house tonight.
Hey, that's never been proven or brought up anywhere. I don't think that ever happened, actually, now that you mention it.
This man beaten all the allegations, but we know.
Listen, just because I haven't slept in a few years, it doesn't mean that I did anything wrong, okay?
Jim, I've seen the tire treads.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't fool me. Oh, how are you doing tonight, buddy? Any big news out in the world? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I watched
Pretty good?
I mean, I'm probably jumping the gun here, but it's just like so fresh in my mind, and you asked. I watched the first episode of that gay hockey player show.
Oh, what is this?
You never heard of the gay hockey player show?
Is that what it's called?
Well, I mean, that's what I call it. I don't think that's what it's actually
I was gonna
called.
say, is that the
believe
working title?
the name of it is Heated Rivalry, I want to say. And it's
Never.
like, it's these two hockey players. They're like the number one pick and the number two pick in the NHL draft. And
Okay.
it's like about their like torrid gay romance that happens like throughout their NHL careers.
Sold.
Dude, it's
The
I
tru-
watched like
is this a true story? Or is just like
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's totally fictional.
it'd be a lot
19
cooler if it
minutes in
was?
before before it gets real. Let's put it that way. 19 minutes
Oh
into the
yeah.
first episode.
Full frontal?
No, not that I've seen yet.
All right. There's still time. It might be early days.
But yeah, that's what's been going on in my world.
Man, what a time. I know you're a big streaming guy. How are we feeling right now about the news that Netflix might possibly be acquiring Warner Brothers?
I just feel like there's no point to any of this anymore. I mean, like, it, it's so insane, like, in a movie landscape where there's, like, already so few players in terms of, like, people who distribute movies, you know what I mean? Like, studios that distribute movies, that, like, there's really only, like, five or six of them that are, like, taking up most of the market, right? And the fact that one of them could buy one of the other five or six sounds so crazy to me. And
Yeah, especially one is like time honored and the longevity of one. Like Warner Brothers has been around like almost as long as they've been making movies. Like it's one of the like OGs. So like to see it get gobbled up by something like Netflix is just like,
yeah, by like a multi-billion dollar technology company. Yeah, it's
yes,
awful.
yeah,
It's
it's awful.
awful.
It's awful. And I think the pill would be a little bit easier to swallow if the guy who runs Netflix, Ted, whatever his name is, wasn't so like gung ho and outward about like wanting to destroy the theatrical experience like that. Like so
Yeah,
now,
of
so not only
course.
now are we consolidating a big, huge studio, but it's a studio that puts out a lot of movies every year that
Right.
now we're just going to lose. Never mind the fact that this year Warner Brothers became the first studio ever to release 8 movies in a row that opened to over $40 million. So to
Wow.
have like such a big win in the book and then to just be like, fuck it, we're gonna sell it to a dude who thinks cinema is like the death knell. Like we want people at home watching stuff. We don't want them going out. It's like such a bummer.
Yeah, and it just like the fact that they can buy Warner Brothers, it's like that gives them such a leg up over everybody else in theory. And then like, who do they buy next? And at what point is it just like the Amazon, Facebook? You know what I'm saying? Like there's like four big tech companies that have been buying everything for seemingly like our whole lives, and it just
Amazon
feels like
bought.
movies was the next inevitable domino to fall, and like it's like Amazon, Apple, and Netflix are going to be like the three big ones, right? Like, like,
Which is
and
crazy.
none of them make anything that I'm like even like remotely moved by. I mean, I guess Severance is pretty cool, but
Yeah, but again, but a TV show again. But at least Amazon and Apple have both like committed to the theatrical experience. Like there are movies they're putting in theaters first before sending to their streamer.
yeah, for now, I don't see that being like the norm. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe the box office like like revives itself and like comes back. Like people have said it's been dead before, but man, oh man, does it look so dead to me.
It looks very grim right now. But like it's there. It's like if you put out something in theaters that entices people to go to theaters, they'll go.
Yeah, well, if you put out something that has the required intellectual property behind it, like it's a sequel basically, and the branding so that it's like an international, like recognizable thing, then yeah, sure, like you can make a lot of money at the box office. Doesn't that really kind of limit what we would be releasing though? You know what I mean? Like every movie can't be Zootopia 2, which it
I,
feels like that's kind of where we're headed to me.
Yeah, if there's one thing that was like a really bad outcome from COVID, it was training people to watch movies that aren't event movies and just think that like that we just watch at home. There's no reason to see something like that in theaters, which is just like so like not true. Like there's so many great like small scale, low budget movies that like still give you that experience in theaters. Like sure, yeah, going to see, a movie like fucking Hamnet that just came out or like Eternity that just came out is not the same as going to see like Avatar 7, but like there's still that like communal experience of going to a theater and experiencing something with like a group of strangers and laughing or crying or having an emotional response that's the same no matter what type of movie you're seeing. And the way that we've trained people to just like exclude so many genres of movies with the exception of event movies, like it's just very upsetting the way they've kind of turned going to the cinema into kind of like going to a concert where it's like it's got to become this like big and only big event things make it worthwhile to do.
Yeah, right. It's like fewer and far between, like why you would want to go. And like,
Yeah,
I don't know, for me, it's not even the idea of experiencing it with other people. Because I'll be honest, I prefer a movie theater to be completely empty versus to have even one other person in it, you know? I like, I scour the times for ones where there's like nobody else in the theater, you know?
I
I'm not trying to watch it with anybody else. There's just something about the distraction free environment that a movie theater can be, whereas at home I have a million different things that can pull me in a million different directions at any given time. When I'm in a theater, there's just a giant screen in front of me and there's a movie on it, and if it's halfway interesting and well shot, it'll get my attention for the whole time it's on, you know?
fair. It's fair.
And
Like
that's not recreatable for me personally. I don't have the attention span to watch them anywhere else. Even here, I'll watch movies we do in pieces when I watch them at home, you know?
yeah,
So, I don't
there's
know.
just something about that space that just can't be replicated at home. No matter how good your
Yeah,
TV is or how good your sound system is, there's just something about that experience that can't be replicated. I actually love seeing movies with like a big crowd and like seeing how the movie plays with like a general audience. Because I feel like sometimes for me, like having seen like literally every big movie you can possibly think of at this point, like it's a lot harder to surprise me or really like hone in on like what works for like the general movie going population who like doesn't see every single movie that gets released under the sun. So I enjoy like that experience of going to see movies and seeing like how a general audience experiences certain things and what makes like a general audience laugh as opposed to what would just make me laugh. And I also just love just like sometimes the visceral reactions people get. I remember last year, me and Blank went and saw The Brutalist in the theater, and it was us two and two other people, a husband and wife, that were sitting behind us. The Brutalist, I don't know if you know, Jim, is like a 4 hour movie about an architect who just comes to America during after the Holocaust.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like Angie's List. Like he named it after his wife Bruta, right? The Bruta list.
yeah, it's just enough out of you, bro. All right. but like it's a sweeping epic, but it's not like it's not an easy watch. It's not a mainstream digestible watch, but it's a really good movie. And I remember we're watching it and and it finally ends, like 4 hour movie. And as soon as it ends, we stand up and the people behind us sit up, and the woman looks at us and just goes like, did you guys like that? I couldn't get a beat on that. And like that just like cracked me up so hard. It was like you'd never get an experience like that if everyone was just living like individually at home watching this shit. Like we're social creatures. Like taking away such a social like contract between everybody just seems like just such a bad thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I get where you're coming from. It's just never been a really social thing for me. I guess the closest I could say is like going to the movie specifically with like friends. I like that's social, obviously. I
Yeah,
never really got into the whole social with strangers part of it.
that's fair.
But either way, I think we
But yeah,
both have reasons why we like the experience, and it just feels like it's going away, like, especially with what you're saying. Like Netflix obviously doesn't give a shit about releasing movies in movie theaters. They want everybody to have a Netflix subscription. They want to put every other streamer out of business and then jack up the price, like, right? Isn't that obviously what they would want to
yeah.
do?
Consolidation in its final form, just owning everything.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. The only like upside, I guess, to that is like they have to compete with illegal pirating, which they can never stop me from doing. So
Also fair.
they can try, but
We need to dig up FDR.
yeah. Not that I mean, not that I actually would, but
No,
it's
no,
like it's an
you would
option
not.
for people out there, from what I've heard, from what I've
Yeah.
read.
Well, then that will be the day that I turn my face away from the streamers and bury myself in my basement with my physical media collection.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. That's kind of enough about that. Let's hope
Yeah,
somebody comes to their senses and blocks it.
yeah. Speaking about finding great ways to watch these classic movies, Jim. I got something I don't know if you've been keenly aware of. I just discovered this myself. For those of you at home, we do these episodes, we put them online, and then we kind of just forget about them. We're not terminally online people. We're not like we've always been of the mindset that whatever love we get back from people watching this is cool. But we're not like trying out here to be like the fucking like world's greatest podcasters or anything like that. We just like getting together and talking about movies. So it was amazing for me to find that we actually have a
Yeah, where
substantial
where
amount
is
of
this going?
Jim,
This is quite a left turn from our usual endeavors.
Jim, we have a substantial amount of comments on our Spotify for one
Doubtful. What is
particular.
substantial? Is there like three?
We have 17 comments on our episode that we did on Mean Girls. And I'll stop you ahead. It's not because we had
A lot
some
of
great.
Lindsay Lohan
Yeah,
fans?
no, not a lot of Lindsay Lohan fans. Well,
Are
maybe
we
they were,
really are we
but
really driving some important
yes,
discussion about Mean
not not a
Girls?
lot of people here for the discourse between
I
two
see.
30-year-old men in their
Well, I mean, they
30s.
must like something about what we're doing, right?
Oh,
I
they
mean, our
like
fans are notoriously like they're like basically believers in their level of fervent support.
our fans love one thing and one thing only about our Mean Girls episode. They can't stop wondering why it's not just the actual movie.
It feels like they wouldn't love that actually, because it's not the actual movie.
We
It
have
feels like that'd be real
comment
disappointing if you were expecting the actual movie.
we have comment after comment of people that just thought they were watching the Mean Girls movie on Spotify. To which I ask, are you even able to watch movies on Spotify? Is that a thing? I did not know that was a thing if it
I
wasn't.
don't think so.
I don't
I
think it
know that
was
I
a
never
thing.
have.
Yeah. But then not only that, but that once you've clicked on the title thinking it's the movie, reading the description of us saying that we're talking about the movie wasn't enough. We've got probably the greatest comment I think I've ever read in the history of comments about anything I've ever put online.
It
Uh,
can't be.
no, it can be. And it is from a lovely lady named Jane
There's so many
who,
comments.
who wrote, "Brah, stop baiting us to think it was the movie. Nobody wants to hear you yap."
All right. Well, so far I'm half with you, Jane. I'm half with you. I agree with the back half of that part. I'm not even so sure I want to hear me yap. So I get where you're coming from there.
Said Jane.
Um,
If there's one
Also,
thing,
I'm a little curious about the front half.
yeah,
So like
Jane.
she says baiting. Like, what are we baiting exactly? Like, how are these things being posted?
I don't know, Jim, but anyone who does know me knows that I am a masturbator.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
that's just terrible.
Come on, Jim, low hanging
I'm so
fruit. Why
disappointed in you.
low hanging fruit, Jim? Why would you say such a thing? Yeah, no, I mean, if you click on our thing, it clearly says we're just talking about the movie. So I don't think we did any baiting, but you know, apparently the comment section does not believe us.
I don't know. I'll say this: if we're not, we should be. We should.
I will say this, Jane. I heard your comment. I heard your commentary. I will be increasing my yapping by 200%. Thank you.
If it was up to me, we would just make the description of everything on Spotify like the log line for the movie,
Ooh, we should. All right,
just to
all right.
really fuck with people.
We're increasing the
But I
baiting
really
level
don't
by.
pay attention to that part of it whatsoever. So
We shall be increasing the baiting level by 2,000%.
yeah, I mean, not like that though. When you say it like that, it sounds gross.
We're going to be. I'm actually going to make the description for Front Row Cinema just the best place to pirate movies. That should help track.
Yeah, right, right. But
That should
like,
that should help traffic, right?
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like it would generate more clicks. I'm not sure how long it would be allowed to stay up.
It'll
Like,
generate clicks. Also, might get me a call from the FBI.
I mean, technically, we're not actually pirating any
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, I'm not
So,
pirating. I'm
I
just
mean,
baiting.
is it illegal to like portray yourself as if you are?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, let's find out. We'll put it on, and if I get a call from the FBI, we know that then we have done a master bait. Oh, Jim, come
Okay,
on.
okay. So what if you write the best place for pirate movies?
We're
Like
just strictly
we do
pirates
have
commentary.
a Pirates of the Caribbean episode. We talked about
We
pirate
do.
movies a little bit there.
We do. Then
I
nobody's
don't
gonna
know
come
about
up
you.
with a
I'm a
win.
big fan of Muppets Treasure Island. That was a good movie.
We got options, Jim. We got ways to increase the yappage.
And then
What are we gonna do?
like and then, maybe English isn't your first language. You read that and you're like, "Oh my God, this is the best place for pirate movies." Like that's where I can pirate movies, but that's not what we said.
Yeah. And then how long they're like an hour into our Mean Girls episode, and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't Mean Girls at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. And we can even put it in the description like movie starts at 45 minutes so that nobody catches on.
We'll put in like tiny disclaimer at the bottom, like not actual movie. I think it's
I don't
foolproof.
know.
I
I
think
feel like we put way too much energy into this already. I want
I think it's foolproof. All right,
I
Jim,
want to
fine.
promptly go back
All
to not
right.
doing anything.
All right, Jim. I'll pivot. What movie did we pirate tonight?
We're watching The Machinist starring Christian Bale, which was like he looked, I was worried for him. He did not
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah, a very nauseating watch. The 2004 thriller directed by Brad Anderson, written by Scott Koser, and starring Christian Bale and Jennifer Jason Lee. Now, of course, Jim, we got the DVD. You got to
Of
have the
course.
DVD. Where did you stream this? I don't know. I didn't even look. I don't even think we did it
Uh,
last week where we had to
it
find where
was
you can
on
watch it.
it was on Paramount.
Oh, it was. Okay. All right. There you go. Nice, easy watch for you then. We got a
Or
lovely log
formerly
line.
or like the streaming service formerly known as Paramount, soon to be owned by Amazon.
Oh yeah, yeah. God. Actually, no, this is owned by the Ellisons now. All right. Donald
Who's gonna
Trump,
buy
big
Peacock?
fan. Donald Trump, big fan of Paramount Plus. All right. Donald Trump got Rush Hour 4 greenlit. All right, Jim. Like,
Did he really? John
talk about
Voight must have pulled
yeah,
some strings.
talk about my president, baby. Rush Hour 4, I'm back in. All right. I'm here. We got our lovely log line on the back, and it reads: when cryptic notes turn up mysteriously in his apartment, and when hallucinations of a coworker that no one else sees causes a gruesome machine injury, he embarks on a journey to find out whether there is an elaborate plot to drive him mad or his fatigue has simply robbed him of reason. The more he learns, the less he wants to know. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a log line.
Truly stunning.
That's a log line there, Jim. Jim,
I
the
really,
the, the
can I
movie
just,
asks.
Can I
How do you
protest for the seventh week in a row?
You can protest. I'm not going to listen, but you can lodge the complaint with the complaint
Oh my
department.
God. I'm so tired of reading the log
And you're not reading shit. You're listening to it.
I know, listening to them, reading them, whatever it is with them, it's such a drag.
You'll be all right, Pookie. You'll be all right. Jim, this movie posits the question: how do you wake up from a nightmare if you're not asleep?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's a
That
good
is a very good
question.
question. What is your history with this movie? Was this a first time watch? When did you come across The Machinist?
Yeah, so I've never seen this whole movie. I've seen like the clips of it of Christian Bale looking really emaciated. um,
Good
I've
word.
seen that. I really thought this was an Oscar movie. I could have sworn that it was nominated for some Academy Awards, which upon further research, it was not. Like, definitely
not
not.
not even someone named Oscar in it, man. You got nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, so this has lived in my head for, I don't know, what is this now, like 20 plus years as a movie
Yes.
that I thought Christian Bale got nominated for like Best Actor, and it was like maybe up for Best Picture, and that it's just been in the back of my brain like that. And like about, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but and as I was watching it, I was like, man, why would those things have been true? And then when I went back and looked it up, they weren't true, which made a lot more sense.
You're like, yep, that all rings a bell. Yeah, no, this is actually a first time watch for me as well. This is a movie that's I've known about, like simply for the same reason that you said. It was Christian Bale and his like horrifically gruesome, emaciated performance. And I think this movie, I always knew so much about this movie because he went from doing this straight into gaining like a ridiculous
Yeah.
amount of muscles for
He was
Batman
like
Begins.
235 pure
Yeah,
muscle in
yeah.
Batman
Yeah,
Begins.
which is just like I don't know how that didn't kill him right there on the spot. Like that's just like insane.
Oh no, it's Hollywood. They'll pump you full of all kinds of drugs. Just ask the Wicked girls.
This oh god, not touching that one. But yeah, this just I just remember the pictures from this movie constantly and being like, Jesus, Bale, like what are we doing here? But I never actually watched the movie. Even when I bought this movie, like I had this in the DVD collection, always meaning to go to it, and then it always just fell to the backlog like so many movies do. So I was glad when we found this deep in the canon of the box office draw last week. We could finally check this one off the list.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna go for it too. I knew you would be interested in this
Yeah,
one.
I mean, you had me at Christian Bale, and and speaking of so far down the list, I'm very interested to see this box office performance. So let's cue it up, Jim. Let's dive into some box office numbers.
Numbers, dates, numbers, numbers, dates, hooray. Dates, numbers. Show me the money.
All right. It's gonna be a couple seconds here because I accidentally closed the page that had the box office on it.
I'll take things that don't surprise me for 200, Alex.
Oh, come on. This usually goes a lot
Oh,
longer.
got him. Do you think the Wicked Girls took the same substance that Christian Bale did for this movie?
Dude, we put it out there and we dropped it. We were so close to just letting it sit there.
Yeah, well, then I
Why
had
did
to
you
wax
have to just
poetically
do
while you
that?
tried to find the box office pages.
No, do not try and pin this on me. You could have said literally anything else.
Well, somebody had to put that in my mind 20 seconds ago.
All right. So The Machinist, it's going to open the weekend of October 22nd through the 24th. We're finally in a brand new week here. We've been
Oh
stuck in
yeah.
the post-Indigenous Peoples Day weekend doldrums for a few here.
On that journey to November.
Like you mentioned, this is our movie kind of like in the middle of nowhere in terms of like box office totals. It's only going to be on 3 screens. It's going to be in 45th place with $64.6 thousand.
Jeez, Louise, that just edges out from being our worst performing movie that we've done. It only beats one other movie, the indie movie Primer.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah. You said it was what? 65,000?
Yeah, like 64.6.
Okay. Yeah, that's oof. All right.
But only on 3 screens. I mean, not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad for 3 screens. 65K is pretty good.
Going into weekend two, it's gonna drop
Oh
21.1%
God, they don't even put it on
down
more
to
screens.
it's well they put it up. It's up to 8 screens now.
Oh, and it still dropped. Oh, that's not
Yeah,
good.
but only 21.1%. Down to 51,000, basically even, maybe
Okay, all
51.1
right.
thousand.
How many screens is it on now? Does it
It's up
say?
to 8.
Eight. Oh, that's right. You said eight. You said eight. Okay. All right. That's all right. So it's not bad holding the line with eight.
Yeah, and it was all the way up to 41st place.
Do we get more screens the following week?
This is a lot harder to follow than most movies
Yeah,
that
because
are.
you're just gotta follow like all the way down in the doldrums.
Yeah. Oh, it climbed again. It's up to 40. It's on
Oh,
now on 13 screens.
all right.
8.1% jump to 55.2 thousand.
All right. There we go. There we go. Do you think watching these kinds of returns, Christian Bale is sitting there going, God, I'm so stupid for losing all this weight for this?
No, I don't think so, because I think that this buys him a lot of cred with a lot of people, if I'm being totally honest.
Right.
I think that career-wise, it's like you remember in Entourage when he makes Queens Boulevard and then,
Are you
you
kidding
know he
me?
goes on to make Aquaman and make blah 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 and whatever. Without Queens Boulevard, is he ever Aquaman? You know what I'm saying?
Are you kidding me? I am Queens Boulevard.
Right, right. So it's like, there's some gravitas behind this. Like he
It's
does
true. This is
something
true.
spectacular for
He
a
does.
role, it gets his name out in the papers,
He does
he's in the
get.
trades.
He does get Batman out of this. Do you think you could do such a extreme weight loss for a role like this? They were like, "We want you for a movie." You got to really
No,
like have love of the game to do this, right? Like,
no. Are you kidding me? I would quit after like maybe a week tops. There's
I
no
don't even think
way.
I'd make it a week.
Yeah, I mean, at some point along the way of starving myself down to like 80 pounds, I would change my mind.
I
Like,
think I'm too vain. I'd take one look at myself in the mirror and be like, I can't do this.
yeah, he looks good in the flashbacks too. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. It's oh man, yeah, haunting, haunting.
but we're gonna go about this a little bit smarter. I'm just gonna be on the Machinist page. We'll go week to week through here.
Wow, there you go. He
So
gets there, people.
weekend four, it's now up to 16 screens, 16.7% drop, down to $50,000.
All right, so I mean, like, it's just hovering in the same spot.
We didn't talk budget either. That's probably pretty important. There
Oh,
isn't a
yeah.
budget listed here. Were you able to find one
I
or?
was I was able to find a budget here, Jim, and it was budgeted at $5 million,
Oh, okay.
which tracks. I can't. There's not really a lot of crazy shit going on in this movie.
Yeah, it's just wild because like I mean I really don't even want to go week by week at this point. It's gonna well, all right, let's go through these next couple because it's gonna peak here in a few.
Okay,
So
let's peek.
it's gonna get up to 19 screens in week five, 44.9% jump to 66,000, 66.6 thousand.
All right, all right.
And then Thanksgiving Day weekend, the 5 day, it's gonna pull in $143,000.
Peak right there, man. I
Which
can't
is really
imagine,
like weekend six. It's another big jump compared to
man.
like where it had been at. And that's really the peak. From there, it kind of just like tapers off.
Can't imagine getting some turkey, getting a little tryptophan in me, and going like, it'd be a good family movie right now after this. The Machinist. Let's pack everybody up in the car.
Yeah, and I mean, so this is interesting though. So total wise, it's gonna finish with 1.08 million domestic, which is really bad.
Yeah, that's not great.
And international though, we've had a few like where international has saved the day. What do you think? Yay or
Um,
nay to the international market?
don't think the international market is high, but I think it's probably good enough to at least help this movie make its budget back.
Yeah, international 7.1 million for a
Okay.
worldwide total of 8.2. So I mean yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, not terrible. 8.2 coming in on the very, very low end here, only beating two other movies that we've done. That 8.2 good enough to just beat Club Dread's 7.6 million. Also beats the Final Cut's 3.2. But other than that, it's in the bottom three.
Yeah.
Yeah, which tracks. But I mean, like,
And I mean, yeah,
what was the peak? The peak was like 20 theaters. Like that's like
it
crazy
peaks.
low.
Well, so it hits more theaters like in the weekends following Thanksgiving. Like the third through the fifth, it has 60 screens. 10th through the 12th, it has 72 screens. But like those weeks are all kind of tailing off from that big 5 day weekend, which again,
Yeah,
big is like a very silly way to say it. It's just big compared to everything else. It's not
everything
actually
else
big.
did. Yeah, that's very interesting.
I mean, it never breaks 24th place
Yeah,
in any
and
given weekend.
it never got
So,
up to 100 screens at all either.
right, right. So it's kind of just like I guess they probably just made their budget back and were like, all right, great. Now let's just hope for some awards. Like,
And they're like, uh-oh, those awards are
Chappelle,
not
come
coming.
on, let's see, let's go.
Christian Bale was already on the Batman set, just slinging HGH into his body.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well,
Allegedly.
it's just so interesting because yeah, he probably did. I mean, I'm willing to die on that hill. That's my opinion based on how he looks in that movie and
Yeah,
how quickly he gained the
yeah.
weight, right?
How quickly he went from the machinist to, well, actually, hold on. Let's get a confirm. Do you think they have a confirmed length? How long
No, I don't think you're gonna find that on
the
the internet.
Batman
If you
Begins?
do, it's gonna be like from some article where it's like a who knows if it's actually really the time frame, but
Let's see. Yeah, okay. So they're saying that in roughly 5 to 6 months following the machinist, he gained 100 pounds,
right, which is crazy.
which is crazy. Yeah, it was just like absolutely, absolutely insane. And like it's not even like good gaining it back because like the rapid transformation for the high calorie eating to become Batman Begins, he said he gorged on foods like pizza and ice cream. It's like, bro, like
Are you kidding me? He probably had the greatest like 6 months of his
I mean,
life.
he did, but like, it's like that's not good for your body either. To just be like, I'm just gonna pump straight ice cream in like an IV into my
I'm
body for
sure
like
he's
six
doing
months.
fine. They'll just give him like a blood transfusion after the movie or something. He's fine. He's fine. Give him a break.
Listen, I
No,
had
I just
pizza,
like
ice cream, and HGH, and it went wonderful.
yeah, this also just interesting like is it feels like the kind of the peak of like the body transformation like Oscar bait movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it
Fancy that
feels like
Oscar
that's
bait
obviously
movie.
what they were going for and it just like totally whiffed at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, I think for him, he's probably happy since, like you said, this gave him obviously he got to go on to Batman, and then really he takes off as a like a global superstar at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
So like this movie really helps put him on the track into like everyday households.
It's where I first heard his name. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Jim, excuse me, Rain of Fire. Does that not ring a bell when we were children? I don't
I
know about
never
you,
really
but
liked that movie. I never
I'm not.
saw it. Was never really into it.
I know I was pumping it on the old cable TV back in the day.
Yeah.
Real
They used to play
classic.
that on USA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
USA.
Uh, Critically, did not too bad. 77% from the critics, 83% from the audience, with a 7.6 from IMDb. Movie so low budget though, didn't even get a cinema score.
Dang.
Yeah, so a little bit of a bummer there. But don't worry, Jim. What we lack in cinema score, we gain in user reviews.
Ay, ay, ay. These people, man. Hopefully it's better than last week, but I don't have the highest hopes.
I don't know. Can we rise from the dullness that was the psychopaths from last week? Let's find out. Our first 1-star review, Jim. They write, if this picture has any meaning to it or is trying to make a point about something, I sure didn't get it. The movie doesn't let
So far, pretty hinged so far.
stellar, stellar. The movie doesn't let you know what is happening until the last few minutes of the film. So it requires that you sit through almost an hour and a half wondering what is going on. The dark, gloomy atmosphere,
Can't argue so far.
together with the dark, gloomy characters in the film, help make it even more unpleasant. We know something is going on, but there is no hint of it until the movie is over. Also, the principal character was unbelievable. The main character is said to have lost over 60 pounds for this part, and he certainly looks skinny, but I have to wonder why. Why was it necessary, except possibly publicity, since this film doesn't have
Yeah.
much else going
Ding,
for
ding,
it?
ding, ding. It's
We
like, do
have a winner,
that.
my friend. Yes, 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 yes. You hit the nail on the head. I got to applaud a man who just right off the bat, like, is just knowledgeable enough to go, this movie might have been saying something. I didn't get it.
Yeah, right, right, right. Like he's not calling anybody else stupid. He's not calling for people to be fired into the sun or like
He's just
he's just
like,
being like, I don't know, I think maybe I missed it. It wasn't for me.
just this one missed me, guys. Just drove right by.
Too
So,
hinged.
we give it to him, baby. We got another oneer here, Jim. They write, we've all seen it. It used to be shocking and smart, but now it's been done so much that it's dumb and predictable. Let's have a whole lot of random odd things happen, and in the end, it will turn out the guy's nuts. What a smart idea. Buddy, it's been done. Do something new for the love of God. Like, really, first there was Fight Club, then there was Identity, then there was Secret Window. It's not a twist anymore. You can see it coming, and you now say, oh, what? Not this again. So this film gets a 1 for ripping off all the others. Go see the films that started the trend, like Fight Club, not the pieces of trash that rip them off.
Hey, you leave Secret Window out of this, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Excellent use of buddy. Buddy, it's been done.
You can tell he's really coming from a place of caring when he says buddy at the beginning.
Yeah, like he's trying to bring me in, man. I'm his pal. He wants the best for me. And I feel like he wants the best for me. One last oneer here, Jim. And they write, like I have said in past comments, we watch 365 plus movies a year at my house. This movie was The Pits. I don't knock a movie just because I don't like an actor or an actress. I try to write up a description as I would recommend a movie to a friend. I had never seen any of Christian Bale's acting before this. His acting was fine from what I saw, but the starvation bit was too much for me. All it did was depress the heck out of me, and I could not pay attention to the plot for staring at his bag of bones body and stick thin arms. It was borderline sickening. Why would you starve yourself and risk organ failure and or heart attack like this? I have heard of suffering for your craft, but this was ridiculous. I would have turned it off, but my husband will always watch a movie to the bitter end. If it was up to me, it would not have lasted 10 minutes. If you want to be grossed out by starvation, hey, rent the thing. The other actors and actresses he interacted with were fine and normal people. I noticed the year 2000 blue color where we were all supposed to be using also. What was it? Cerulean blue? If you remember, this was used heavily in Joe vs. the Volcano to show us the depression of working in a lousy office job. In The Machinist, it's just unpleasant.
Yeah. It's a lot to unpack there.
A lot going on.
It's a lot to unpack there. I guess they mean like the color palette of the movie.
Yeah,
It
like I
was
guess,
blue.
yeah, like I guess the color scheme over it, like they made everything look kind of like almost like washed out.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. That's like a every movie kind of thing, isn't it? Like blue on an orange background is like the best like cinematography. Like it's the best like color combo I think for movies. I believe like some kind of like teal and orange.
I'm not a
Um,
colorist.
but yeah, so I don't know. What about the lady talking about her husband? It felt like she was way more angry about the husband who
Uh,
never lets them
Won't
turn
let
off
me
a
turn this
movie.
nonsense. He's here to the bitter end.
Like there was a lot of passive aggressiveness in here. She just started so much hate, and then she's like, "Of course, my husband wouldn't let me turn it off. That jerk."
I'm
Like,
still trying to
I would have
drag
been
him out
over
of
here
the
in 10
credits.
minutes.
Yeah, man. Listen, and I mean, I can see why she takes it so personally. I mean, her and her husband do watch 365 plus movies a year at their house.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, that's like one every day if you're
Yeah,
keeping score at home.
that's a lot. Yeah, we can math here, people.
And it's like that lady is only like one or two thoughts away from realizing if they get divorced, she can just turn off any movie she wants. She's only like, she's right there.
Why'd you guys get divorced? Because if I had to finish another movie like The Machinist again, I was gonna
Yeah,
fucking kill
it was
myself.
that emaciated Christian Bale, that son of a bitch. That's where that
Oh.
was my line in the sand.
Well, I hope they're still together, and I hope she's still pushing strong through these tough movies. We got a
You
tenor
know,
here.
they say pick your battles, and that's a battle you pick, I think.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I think you might have to fall in this
365 movies a year. It's like
a
you're
long
in
movie.
some sort of like fascist movie watching club. Like, do you do anything else? Once you start them, you can't stop them. What
You're in for the
what if an
ride, baby.
emergency happens?
They're just like on a plane with the TV on and the movie's on, and they land, and they're like, "Sir, you have to deplane." He's like, "I can't. The movie's not over yet."
Yeah. I understand, sir, but the machinist has 8 minutes left.
And my wife is gonna sit here and watch the whole goddamn thing.
Right, right.
Sir, do we need the air marshal?
It's a matter of principle.
You're goddamn right you need the air marshal. Because my wife's trying to turn this movie off. Lovely couple. We got a tenor here, Jim. And they write, not even Robert De Niro in Raging Bull or Charlize Theron can hold a candle to Christian Bale's shocking physical transformation in this film. If he doesn't win an award somewhere in this politically charged landscape of a voting world, then we're headed for the end as we know it.
It's another nail in the coffin, baby. Christian Bale didn't get nominated for Best Actor, and the world is over.
The world is just
Pack it
driving
up, boys.
us.
We had a good run.
We're driving straight into a ditch because the Christian Bales of this world aren't getting nominated.
Back in my day, Christian Bale would have won Best Actor for The Machinist.
And we're not giving Christian Bale the awards. Then what are we even doing as a society?
So a lot of that talk going on. It's like 2004. People were starting to heal for a little bit, and then they were kind of like, "Wait a minute, society itself is ending."
We are crumbling before our very eyes. We got one last tenor here, Jim. And they write,
That one was a tenor.
you know, that was a tenor. Just classic. This person writes, I can't believe that people didn't like the movie. It's just amazing to me that people gave it an awful rating. I feel like it's a sham that Hollywoodized crap is thrown at the general public so much that it's just swallowed whole. This is an original, well thought out movie that needs to gain acceptance, judging by its limited release. I am just amazed by that. The Grudge just comes out appreciated, and it was just a ripoff. Watch this movie and see what suspense is really all about, because this movie has you thinking a lot of things and a lot of things at once. It's definitely a thinking man's movie.
This might be the dumbest of all time. It's so good. It hits the box of I cannot exist in a world where you can just have a different opinion about this movie than me. You're wrong. You're a sheeple eating all the crap that Hollywood just shovels into your mouth, you know?
You're over here watching shameless ripoffs, while I'm over here watching the thinking man's movie.
Yeah, but to go, movie made me think a lot of thoughts.
It's like really gutting it deep.
Just so many that he can't even
Really?
tell you any
Yeah.
of them.
He's like,
Where
I can't.
would
He's
he
like,
even begin?
yeah, I can't even articulate anything right now. It's just the thoughts that are swirling in this head, man.
Just fear not, there was a lot of them.
Oh,
So
God.
great.
I love
It's
it.
a real thinking man's movie.
Real thinking man's movie. I'm gonna use that for so many movies going forward. It's that's an all timer right there. But all right, Jim, let's turn it over to us. Where do you feel about this thinking man's movie?
It's not really a thinking man's movie.
It's really not whatsoever.
It's not. It's not. As a matter of fact, the less you think, the better. The less.
I mean, honestly, like the one guy was right in the sense that this is a movie that you've seen the pieces of like many times before. Like this was a movie that from the get-go, it's not really a surprise in the like they want to play it up where it's like, is this real or is it a hallucination? And I don't think there's ever a moment it for me at least watching this movie where I think for a second it could be real. I'm like, yeah, no, obviously it's going to turn out that like it's all in this guy's head. Like,
Yeah, the guy that he met when he was on his smoke break in his car was so obviously not real from the
yeah,
very jump, you know? It was so
yeah,
obvious. And I mean, let me ask you a question,
yeah.
T. So you're watching a movie where the skeletal body of Christian Bale is like literally like showing off his ribs and like pointing out like his like little like collarbones sticking out, right? Um, that guy, all of a sudden, there's a random post-it note on his fridge. Is there anybody else who it possibly could be that left that post-it note at that point? Isn't it like entirely obvious that it's his post-it note? He's leaving post-it notes for literally everything around the house. It's so obvious that it's his post-it note, you know? And they're trying to play it up throughout the movie, like, who left the post-it note? And it's like, he did. Who else could it be? What do you mean, who left the post-it note?
Yeah. I think a real like fatal flaw of this movie was trying to play it up, like whether it could be real or not. Where I think just going along with the more interesting idea in this movie, which is it is just this dude's break from psychosis, and he's trying to like piece together the hallucination. I think would be a much more like better focus because I like the reveal at the end of this movie, like the reason for like why he's having insomnia and like why he's kind of just like had this like disgusting transformation and his body's just like wilting away. Like I think that reveal is actually like really cool. My issue is just that like why play up the like, oh no, this like weird like paranoia that I'm feeling could actually be real. And it's like, no, like we never for a second thought it was. And you kind of consistently trying to deflect and try and make it seem like it is like ruining what is otherwise like a really interesting like exploration of someone's psyche.
Yeah, it's this movie, like the best part about it is it's very similar to the Telltale Heart to me. You
Dude,
know what I
I
mean?
literally have that in my notes to bring up to you.
Where
Was
it's clearly like something is eating away at this guy.
yeah,
I feel like the beginning and the early middle of this movie hit less hard because you don't really understand that. Like in the beginning, you obviously know he's like a skeleton, you know? That's obvious from the first like couple frames of the movie. And everybody who sees him is like saying the same thing, which is also kind of a tip off. Like it's like, wait a second, you know? Um, but it just like it doesn't hit as hard when you don't know that he's guilty of something until the very end. You know what I mean? And
like
then I think it also kind of gives away that he's guilty of something. I thought it was pretty obvious by like halfway through that he had like hit somebody in some kind of car accident, you know?
absolutely. And you're exactly right. And I love that you also brought up the Telltale Heart because like it just again, once again, we're just in lockstep with each other. But like the beauty of the
I mean,
Telltale
that's
Heart,
not a hard one to come up
I
with. I
mean,
mean, it's like so obvious that to me,
it
like the
it is
the
super
through line
obvious,
there.
but listen, Jim, if going through some of the user reviews, I don't think it's as obvious as we think it is. But like the beauty of the Telltale Heart is that the like paranoia and suspense comes from like us also knowing what the fuck is going on and why it's eating away at him. Like
Right, right, exactly.
so,
Like
like
we know that
taking
in the Telltale Heart, we know the guy's guilty of something from pretty early on,
yeah,
and we know he's nervous about getting caught for something from pretty early on.
yeah. So taking that
And
genesis and then hiding it at the as a reveal at the end of the movie robs the middle of the movie of like really being able to dive into this man's psyche of like trying to repress this because instead it has to be this just like weird whodunit mystery of what we of something that we don't even know who done it until the reveal at the end.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of like this. I think that it almost has to be a mystery. Like I agree with you that I kind of wish it wasn't. But then when I try and think about what the actual hour and 45-minute movie looks like when it's in like order and I know more about that, it feels it's way more boring. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot
I
less
see that.
places you can
And I mean,
go.
I
And
don't
then it's
need
like at
you.
that point it's a totally different movie, by the way.
No, no, it absolutely
Um,
is. I don't need you to reveal to me like exactly what he's guilty of in the beginning of this. Like you could still keep that reveal at the end. I think my thing is just more like it just feels meandering when they're trying to play with the idea that it's like there's like actually like a conspiracy out there, I guess is more what I'm saying. Not so much that I have a problem with it being a murder mystery, like kind of like a him trying to unravel a mystery, because it kind of is. He's trying to unravel and unlock the thing in his head that he's repressed. But like make it
Yeah.
more overtly about that instead of it being like he's trying to uncover a grand conspiracy that's going on in his life instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't think the conspiracy part of it's ever believable, and I'm not sure that it's even supposed to be. Just because, I don't know. I can look at it through the lens of thinking that I'm watching this guy go insane, and I know he's going insane, but he doesn't know he's going
Yeah.
insane. And
Yeah.
it's like interesting to watch him interact with the people around him, even though like I don't know that anybody besides the people he worked with, I don't even think he was really talking to, right?
Not really, besides like them and the prostitute.
He was really talking to her?
I think so, yeah. Like it seems so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was like present day, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The
I
waitress he
think the
wasn't
only
talking
ones, yeah, the waitress he wasn't talking to. I think that all that stuff was like all in his head. But I think the waitress, not the waitress. I think the prostitute at least was like actually something he was
Yeah, see, I got the
involved with.
sense that there was one part where she was in the car with him, in like the red car. So I got the sense that they had dated like a while ago.
He just kind of like manifested it.
And he had just been like, that's just like who was around, like in his head. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
He jokered it.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but like, cause he even says like it's your ex in the picture, but then the guy in the picture is actually him. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like he's right, like he knows it's her ex. He doesn't know that it's him that's in
Yeah.
the picture, though.
Yeah, so I guess they leave, I guess, as much of it open to interpretation to imagine like how much of it is like actually in his head and not.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I feel like it almost works for me. You know, it almost works for me at being a mystery, and I'm like kind of somewhat interested in what's going on. But then I do think a lot of the symbolism really like slaps you in the face when he goes on the ride with the kid,
Well, yeah,
and
through
it turns into just like horrific like roadside accident scenes, and like they actually like hit somebody who runs out in front of the car for the ride at one point, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
then the kid ends up getting like the seizure and like almost dying, and like I was kind of like, oh yeah, like he definitely hit somebody in his car. Like well, that's like where this all started. And that
like
wasn't even that far into the movie, you know?
it's like pretty early on, and they just keep those like it's not very subtle like throughout it. I also like I was just like really did not like how we just opened in the middle of the movie just to go back to it. I hate when movies do that sometimes.
I like that part, if only because it kept the middle more interesting. I think it was kind of a red herring at the end, obviously, where there wasn't actually anybody in the rug,
Yeah, in the rug.
which
Yeah.
was a real cop out, I felt. I liked it in the beginning and then kind of knowing the whole time, because there would be parts through like the first like 45 minutes where I'd be like, oh yeah, he was like throwing a body in the river like in the beginning of this movie. Who is he gonna murder? This is nuts, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's gonna be Jennifer Jason Leigh. Oh, it's gonna be the waitress lady. Oh, it's gonna be like one of the guys from work, like his boss. Like I thought he was gonna kill like a bunch of different people, and then it just turned out to be the guy who wasn't real the whole time. And it was like, oh man, that's kind of a cop out.
Opens that there's nobody in it, and then just the guy's just behind him. What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, it was like a cop out on the level of you remember in Mad Men, there's like an episode in like season 3 where Don just like straight up murders somebody, and then he wakes up and it was like, oh man, Mad Men, you were almost interesting for a second there. What did you do that for?
Man, I forgot about that. That's funny. I'm
Also, in the ride with the kid, that
yeah.
like one of the funniest lines of all time is when they get to the cross, it's like a
Oh
fork
yeah,
in
and
the
he's
road.
like, go
And
right,
he's like,
go
take a
right,
right, Johnny, take a right.
Johnny. And he's like, ah. I will say, like,
So funny.
no surprise to anybody, the movie absolutely gets elevated from like a lot of like this like middling reception we're kind of giving it here by Christian Bale's performance. Like
Yeah.
he goes all in on this thing, and is just like, even at parts where like I might not be jiving with the movie so much, his performance is always captivating and is always keeping me like somewhat like glued to the screen to see like how he's going to like react or like play any given scene.
Yeah, he's the thing that makes it almost work, you
Yeah.
know? That scene, he really plays a crazy guy in this movie really well. Because that scene, for example, when he confronts the dude at work when he thinks somebody like set up his machine, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got the picture. I got the proof on you." He's like, "You and I have been fishing," you know? It's like that's the kind of thing I can hear a crazy guy say and be like, "Who the fuck is Ivan? What is this guy talking
Like, what are you
about?
talking
What
about?
picture could he possibly mean?" You know? Like it sounds like just such a crazy thing a guy would say. And then of course he doesn't even have the picture, you know? Like cuz it's like he's just talking bullshit. Like there's the what picture, man? You know? Um, so like he plays that off really well, where it feels like it feels like really watching a room full of people be like, dude, this guy's nuts.
I would be interested too, knowing like how far he takes his roles. Also, like obviously, given his like how much weight he lost, I would be interested to see like how often he just like kept himself awake for long periods of time because like he looks fucking raggedly tired in this at
Yeah.
all times. And I wonder how much of that is just because like you're so emaciated, like it just looks like that, and how much of it is him also just being like, I'm just gonna stay awake for like large periods of time, like while filming this. Because I full like there's no better scene in this movie that I totally buy than at the end when like he's being brought to the police station and like has like an all-timer line where he's just like, I just want to sleep, man. Like, and you
Yeah,
just like
right,
feel
right, right.
every second of that line.
It's a pretty great ending.
Yeah,
It's a pretty great ending.
yeah,
'Cause it is like we talk about like the journey the character goes on a lot of the time. And even though the middle of this movie, the journey is very seemingly kind of meaningless, you know? Like the none of the like the guy he's chasing isn't even real, you know, and it's like all about him accepting whatever. But like it's really cool to see him go like that switch to flip after he actually like owns up to it and remembers and like goes and turns himself in. Like to be like finally he can sleep.
yeah. Yeah, they're like he
Because I
finally gets
do
that.
I feel the relief that he feels too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I've
yeah.
kind of been hoping he would go to sleep the whole movie. And they keep teasing you with it too. Like he always like almost falls asleep.
Sleep. Yeah. It's like whenever he can get close to like fully reconciling with what he did. And I like that idea too, that it's just like his body and mind rejected what he did so vehemently that he just like it's just deteriorating before everyone's very eyes. And the only way that he can reverse it is to just come clean. Like that's a really good way to externalize his internal conflict. Is his body just like eating away at him in that sense? So like I
Yeah.
really like the machinations of this, even if I don't really gel so much with some of the story structure in the middle of the movie. I do like the core idea, like it's very interesting, and they stick the landing very well, which I think helps make up for like kind of the meandering like middle of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I think ultimately it was kind of underwhelming, like as a whole, but
And as a whole, I don't like it's not as like earth shattering as like I
but
thought
yeah,
it
I
would
do
be.
agree though. There
But
are like some peaks, you know, like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
definitely some good stuff going on.
yeah. There's
That
some good.
scene with Christian Bale at the airport when he's like just totally breaking down is also pretty awesome.
Yeah, when it was like, are you all in on it?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what Ivan's paying you, but it can't be worth it. And again, it's just a whole room full of people being, who is Ivan?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah. No, it's yeah. So some pretty, when this movie peaks, it peaks. Like Christian Bale definitely makes it a worthy go around. And I don't know if I got much else to say about it other than that. And is there anything we haven't touched on that you feel worth touching?
Not really. I mean, I'm trying I'm trying to think if there was anything else silly that stood out to me, but really it was just the fork in the road thing that really cracked me
Yeah,
up.
no, that thing is like absurdly silly when he
Just
is that
go
part.
right.
He plays it
Go
so well
right.
too. Go right, Johnny. I will say one thing that made me laugh is the terrible way that they shot him walking in front of that car to get hit by it, like so that he can make the police report.
Dude, it looked
Forgot
really horrible
I
actually.
forgot about that. Yeah. It's like
It looked like you really got hit by a
Hit by a
car.
car. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I'm just picturing Christian Bale going to some doctor and being like, "All right, well, how do we make this safe, doc?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know, man.
He's like, I got it. You know, you make it safe.
You're
You
like
don't do it.
$110, and getting hit by a car is probably never a good idea. So I don't know what you want me to say."
He's like, the easiest way is to just not do it. Well, doc, that's just simply not an option.
There was, you know what though? There was a lot of cool visuals in this movie. I like how, like, pretty early on, they established him putting the post-it notes with his weight in front of the scale.
Yeah.
So then they could just keep cutting to post-it notes with lower and lower numbers as the movie was going on, which I thought was really like a nice touch.
Yeah.
And then with the post-it note with the game of Hangman on it.
Dude. When he changes the one to like Miller, it's like, come on, dude. Like, how dumb are you? Like,
Yeah.
it's obviously not Miller.
The fridge has just got blood pouring out of it. Maybe think about it for just a second here. But when he finally figured it out, the whole movie he had been taking a pencil and like putting arms and filling in letters. But when he figured it out and knew for sure, he grabbed like the marker and made the letter. It was like really good, I thought. Yeah, there was like a lot of little things like that throughout that kind of, you know, some of them I think were a bit overt, but there was a lot of little like visual things like that that I thought were
good
cool.
cues in it also. Yeah, no, it was a solid movie. A little underwhelming, but I enjoyed it. I was more engaged than I wasn't engaged throughout the majority of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did really give it my all. I gave it my whole attention. About like 50 minutes in, I was like, man, this movie's boring.
The middle chunk of this movie does itself no favors. Like it needed a bit more of a hook to keep the progression moving and keeping us more involved.
I was never actually invested in anything he thought he was doing. You know what I mean?
Well, again,
Like it
I
all
think,
felt so meaningless from the beginning because it was so obviously not real. I was never really invested in any of the things he was interested in.
That's the biggest issue, is because they play with that idea that, like, is this real or not? When watching this, there's never a moment that you feel that it's anything but in his mind. So that's what like doesn't help like the middle chunk of this movie, like get you through there, because you're like, I know none of this is real. Like we're just, you're just dicking around. You're just dicking me around right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did Ebert think of this movie?
Oh, Jim, why don't you cue me up and you tell me what you think Ebert thought of this movie?
Ebert, man, I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm gonna go on this side again.
I'm Roger Ebert. Been a scene from the best film of the decade. This is a great film.
You would be right, Jimbo. The Raj was all in. 3 out of 4 stars. 3 out of 4 stars. He was a big fan. Little blurb he writes: some assumptions are necessary to make life bearable, such as the assumption that we will not die in the next 10 minutes. Others may lead us, as they lead Trevor, into a bleak solitude. Near the end of the movie, we understand him when he simply says, I just want to sleep.
Yeah, that part is true. I said that earlier too. You really feel the relief and like you're with him when he says that.
We're with you there, Raj. We're not with you so much in the middle of the movie. But what about you, Jimbo? What say ye? What's your final rating for The Machinist?
I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's like dead center.
2.5.
Just okay.
Right in there. Yeah, I'm right around in there too. I think this is a solid movie. I'm gonna give this bad boy just above you. I'm gonna go with a 3-er.
Okay.
It's right in the middle of the line. Solid time at the theater. So with a 3 from me and a 2.5 from you, going to give us an overall score of a 5.5. We have not been in the 5.5s for a while, Jim. Our last movie that scored a 5.5 was all the way back a September movie, The Motorcycle Diaries. So,
oh wow,
we'll return to the 5.5s here, Jim. Do you take The Machinist or Bruce Almighty?
The Machinist. I really hate Bruce Almighty.
I would take the Machinist also. I don't hate Bruce Almighty, but I would take the Machinist over this. Do we take the Machinist or Euro Trip?
The Machinist.
I would also take the Machinist. Do we take the Machinist or X-Men?
X-Men.
Yeah, I would take X-Men also. That's a easy win right there. All right, so the Machinist dropping in the number 56 spot. But we'll finish out the 5.5s. Do we take the Machinist or the Motorcycle Diaries?
The Machinist.
Uh, actually, I'm going to go recency bias and take the Machinist because honestly, I don't really remember a lot of the Motorcycle Diaries already. We just watched it not too long ago. Do we take the Machinist or Brother Bear?
Brother Bear.
Yeah, easy win right there, Brother Bear. And then the king of the 5.5s. Do we take the Machinist or another machine movie, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines?
The Machinist.
Get out of here.
Dude, over Terminator 3, easily.
I'm taking Terminator 3.
Okay, fair
No,
enough.
I would rather sit through any of that silly comedy and big action set pieces than watch this movie again. Not that I hate this movie, but just like for what I want when I'm watching a movie, I'll take some Arnold Schwarzenegger action. And that is that. What is the next one on our list?
Sideways, I believe.
Is it Sideways is next? An
Yeah, Sideways.
actual Academy Award nominated and winning
Yeah,
movie?
that movie was nominated for Oscars. Of this, I am sure.
That movie for sure was nominated. All right. Beautiful. What a world we live in where going according to the box office, Sideways is next and not Surviving Christmas.
Dude, by the way, I watched the trailer for Surviving Christmas. Looks completely unhinged.
Do you not remember seeing this movie?
Not at
yet?
all. I
Oh,
don't
dude,
remember it
I-
whatsoever, dude.
I have not watched it since we saw it in theaters, but I do remember portions of it, and I am so excited for you to watch it again because, like, I know you're going to hate it with an unfathomable passion. Like,
Yeah. I will give it this kind of credit. It seems like just from watching the trailer, it's going to scratch a very particular itch, which is the late 90s, early 2000s. Kind of starts out as kidnapping, but then like slowly turns into romance. You know, like I got a real strong feeling about that from the trailer.
I got a real strong wondering as a early 2000s, somewhat comedy is how many times will they say retard in the movie?
Oh, I bet a lot. Yeah, I bet
I
a
bet they'll
lot.
be dropping a lot of those.
That's not going to bother me so much.
Not so
But
much. Well, especially the word has
just
made a very hard comeback these days. Like
like
it's back in the ether.
yeah, just the absolute gall that Hollywood has to make a movie where they're like, yeah, he basically buys her family for $250,000. It's not even that much money, honestly. Like
I'm
he
pretty sure
basically
I'm pretty sure it starts as that, and as the movie goes on, and the family is like, "This is not worth it. We want him gone." He keeps raising the amount of money that he'll give them, which like makes them put up with more and more shit.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because that was striking me in the trailer. I was like, for 250 grand, I would not do this. Like he basically buys them, right?
Yeah.
And then after he buys them, he's just gonna actually become part of the family and marry this woman. And in no way is there like a financial like just axe hanging over her head. You know what I mean? Like Hollywood says that this is just charming and fun. It's so amazing.
This
It's
is
so
just
amazing.
romance, my friend. You've never
Right.
been wooed
What is
before.
what is romance if not $1 million checks?
What is romance if not a strange man buying your home for Christmas and then sidling his way into your family and life?
Yeah. It's like this fall, this proposal's not so indecent. So silly.
Oh, it's incredible. Oh man, what's the last thing you jammed on?
The gay hockey player show.
Yeah, how could I forget?
Yeah, I only watched the first 19 minutes.
Once
And when I
again.
tell you there was a guy about to blow another guy within 19 minutes of the first episode, I really mean that's what happened. It was crazy.
What what streamer is this on?
It's on, I think it was on Netflix.
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure it was on
I'm
Netflix.
gonna
I
have to
don't
check this
remember
out.
though. Might have been
Anybody
Peacock.
anybody big in it, or it's just random people?
Nobody I recognize.
Interesting. I might have to check this one out. That does sound hilarious. That is incredible.
Yeah, that and I
I
started watching Homeland. I started watching season
Ooh,
1 of Homeland.
okay. Have you ever seen that before?
No, never.
Hoop was a huge Homeland guy.
You don't say.
Yeah, big
Feels
fan. He
like
was
it was very much made for people with
middle-aged,
control.
yeah, middle-aged dads. Um, yeah, he was always trying to get me to watch it, and I just never did. But I hear great things. He tried to get me to watch it again recently after I finally watched 24. He was like, dude, this is the next step in the progression. I was like, no, I can't do it. Not right
Yeah,
now.
but if it helps, Claire Danes just makes outrageously crazy faces every time she's on screen for minutes on end. I've been I've been very distracted while watching the show because
Uh,
Claire Danes' facial features are just so all over the map every time she's on screen. It's nuts.
did you watch any of her new show that's on Netflix right now, The Beast in Me?
No.
Ah, okay. I watched the first two episodes of that, and it was just kind of like, yeah,
You should just go watch Homeland instead.
I might have to. So, I mean,
There's so much good
she does make some
TV.
faces in The Beast in Me.
There's so much good TV that you haven't watched. You should never watch a new TV show for like at least the next 5 years. There's so much good TV that you could be watching instead of new TV.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I have missed a lot. I did finally finish Buffy last night. I am done with 7 seasons of Buffy.
Oh, nice, nice. So you're on the
Yeah,
prowl.
finally got through it. Well, no,
You
now I gotta
you
start
gonna follow
Angel.
it up with some Angel? Yeah, I was just gonna
I
say
gotta start Angel now because
David Boreanaz.
I kept getting so mad because while we were watching Buffy and then Angel left to start his own show, I was like, we have to watch them both at the same time. And Heather was like, no, we're not, like, absolutely not. Like, just watch Buffy and then watch Angel.
I
But then,
believe
like,
that's how they were
episodes,
released
yeah,
too. They
episodes
were
of
released like
Buffy,
they would both come out on the same day. One was
yeah,
at like 8 o'clock and one was at like 9 o'clock.
yeah. But then we would get episodes of Buffy where, like, one character would be like, I got to go to California and would
Yeah,
disappear for an
Angel needs
episode.
my help.
Yeah. And then they'd come back and like so much had happened that they just like rolled with, but like they didn't explain. And I was like, well, maybe we were watching fucking Angel. I know what was
Yeah,
happening right now.
yeah. They did that on purpose so
I
you would
know,
watch
yeah.
both shows.
So there was like every time we got to an episode like that, I would just like throw my pillow across the room because I would just be furious that I didn't know what was
Man, all
going
that
on.
stuff with Angel last week was crazy,
Yeah.
huh?
You're like, I wish I knew what was going on
We're not going to
here.
repeat it because obviously you watched Angel Thursdays at 9.
Yeah. It's like I most certainly did not. Sons of bitches.
You got
But
it. So yeah, and then so after you finish Angel, and then obviously go to the next progression, which is Bones. Once you finish
God.
those three shows, then like call me. We'll figure out some TV for you to watch.
Bones.
Bones is a deep
Uh,
dive though. There's a lot of
uh,
seasons of
That's
Bones.
bad. Yeah, I'm in. I'll do it. Yeah, you give me the recommendations for the old TV shows, and I'll watch them. Actually, no, the coup de grace of what I watched this weekend, Jim, is in theaters. They released finally for the first time the whole bloody affair, Kill Bill, the one cut of both movies into
Oh,
one movie. five
okay.
hour movie, fucking unbelievable to see it in theaters.
Huh.
Yeah,
Sounds like it'd be pretty
yeah.
cool.
It was just a filthy good time.
5 hours.
Yeah,
That's
five. It was a lot. It was a
that's
long.
a lot.
It was long.
A lot.
15-minute intermission. Like it was, dude. It was a journey. Movie
Was it
started at
just was it just the two movies played one after the other with a
no,
15-minute intermission? Like how was it
no.
edited
So
differently?
it's recut like to be how his original vision was of it. So scenes are like in different spots than they were like for the movies when they were split. It's also has some of the scenes are longer because he was able to actually put in like how he wanted it when he didn't have to like cut scenes out to make it theatrical. So there was like a whole section of the anime portion where like they're going through Oren's like origin story. That's like it's like
Yeah.
another like 10 minutes to that scene that they added in. Also, the opening of two, I believe, where like she gets gunned down by Bill, like in that scene, and she's like, "It's yours." Like that actually opens the movie, like the whole thing. And
Oh, okay.
they cut out like you know how like Kill Bill Volume 1 ends with the reveal that we know that her daughter's still alive, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
They cut that out. So now we find out that the daughter is alive when she finds out.
Oh, cool.
So like the movie's much more like streamlined in that
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah,
Also,
right.
the Crazy 88 fight is in color.
Oh, no
Yeah,
way.
yeah, and dude, it is fucking wild.
I bet.
Yeah, like it was worth it for that alone. It was like, dude, this is like insane. So it was awesome, and I really hope that that they release it to streaming and also to physical media, so that like anyone who didn't get a chance to see it on the big screen like can also see it because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. It sounds like I would definitely watch it. Oh,
Yeah,
just like find a Saturday with nothing to do and crank that out.
yeah, no, it's great. So definitely worth a watch. And those are all the things for you people to go check out this week. Go watch these movies for yourself, form your own opinion. As always, make sure to continue to return to Spotify for the best pirate streaming site on Spotify, Front Row Cinema. And as always, join us next week when we dive into the Academy Award winning Sideways. And we'll see you at the movies.
It's